I moved my paycheck to my own account the week the hotel charge showed. My wife Danielle and I have shared a joint account for 8 years. Every dollar I make goes in, every dollar she makes goes in, and we both pull from it. I make about 70% of what comes in. I've never once tracked what she spends, because I trusted her. We have 2 kids, a mortgage, and I always figured we were a team. 3 weeks ago I was paying the credit card bill like I do every month. Most of it is groceries, gas, the usual. But there was a charge for a hotel about 40 minutes from our house. $210. A Tuesday night. I remember that Tuesday because I'd taken the kids to my mom's so Danielle could catch up on work. I didn't say anything. I just sat there looking at it. I checked the older statements. There was another one from 2 months back. Same hotel. Same weeknight pattern. 190 that time. My stomach dropped, but I kept my face normal when she walked in and asked what I wanted for dinner. I said pizza. She kissed the top of my head and said I was the best. That night I couldn't sleep. I kept telling myself there was an explanation. A work thing. A friend who needed help. So the next morning I asked her, casual, over coffee. I said, hey, were you ever at the Brookline Inn for something? Saw a charge and forgot what it was. She didn't even blink. She said, oh, that was a work conference. Boring stuff. The Brookline Inn doesn't host conferences. It's a 12-room place with a bar. I know because I checked their website that night. But I said, oh right, okay, and let it go. The week after that, my paycheck came in. I opened a new account at a different bank, just in my name, and I had the direct deposit routed there instead. I didn't tell her. I still moved my usual share into the joint account for the mortgage and the kids' stuff. Everything looked exactly the same to her. She just didn't know there was a second account holding the rest. Then I started paying attention. I noticed she'd started leaving her phone face down. She'd take calls in the garage. One night she told me she was grabbing drinks with Priya. I texted Priya's husband, who I'm friends with, and asked if the girls were out. He said Priya was home with a fever, had been all day. I said okay. I didn't tell Danielle I knew. 2 weeks of this. Another hotel charge hit the joint card, but this time she must have realized I could see it because she paid it off from her own separate savings before the statement closed. She thought she was being careful. She didn't know I'd already screenshotted everything. Last Friday she came home glowing and said she wanted to talk about money. She said we should refinance the house to pull out some cash for a family trip, something big. She had a whole plan. New account, her name on the refinance, the works. I said, sure, let's sit down Sunday and go through the numbers. Sunday her mother was over. Danielle loves doing things in front of her mother. Big gestures, feelings on display. She brought out a folder with the refinance stuff. Her mom was beaming, saying how lucky she was to have a husband who provides. I opened my laptop. I said, before we talk about the house, I want to show you both something. I turned the screen around. The hotel charges. The dates. Priya's husband's text. A photo I hadn't even mentioned yet of her car in that hotel lot that I'd driven past and taken myself on the second Tuesday. Danielle's face went gray. Her mom said, what is this? Danielle said, it's not what it looks like. I said, it's a hotel, twice a month. On the nights you told me you were at conferences and with Priya, who was homesick. Her mom looked at her. Danielle started crying and said, we can work through this, we're a family. I said, we're not touching the house. There's no cash to pull. My paychecks haven't gone into the joint account in 3 weeks. She stopped crying. She said, what do you mean they haven't gone in? I said, I moved my direct deposit the week I saw the first charge. You've been spending down what was already there. There's about $400 left in that account. That's what's ours now. Her mom stood up and said she needed to go. Danielle grabbed my arm and said, you can't just do that. That's our money. I said, it was our money. Then you booked a room. She's called 19 times asking which bank.